Hi, I'm Tara, and thanks so much for stopping by. I am so excited that we have Joanna Kennedy, who you guys have seen before here on FFB. I have to do a little plug for you because she was here a few weeks ago when we talked about the retreat weekend that you were doing called Leading from the Heart. And my friend, and many of you guys know, Corey Johnson, the owner of Conscious 360, who is very healthy and goes to all these retreat weekends, calls and emails me and said it was one of the most impacting, powerful, life-changing weekends that she had ever experienced. And coming from Corey, who really does so much of this work, that this weekend really stood out as such a pivotal point for her, is such a compliment and so amazing. She just went on and on and on. So I am so excited to have you back today really talking about your passion, because you are the owner of the Center for Greater Loving. And so you're going to get a lot of great stuff from Joanna today.
Thank you so much, Tara. I can't begin to say enough about what a blessing it is to hear you speak about Corey and to get some of the feedback from that weekend, because it was a weekend for women. And if I really look at what my deepest passion is, it is working with women so that we step into our fullest selves and we step into and reconnect with and reignite our own femininity. And as a support to that is working with the men as well, so that they know how to be with us in a way that supports us to be even greater in our fullness and to step more into our radiance and our beauty and our fullness and our power. And our power as feminine women. What I experienced, and as you said in the previous interview that we did, I talked a little bit about my corporate career and engineering and high tech and really being in a masculine world. And I learned how to be in my power in a very masculine way. And what I've started to discover is that I am so much more powerful and so much more alive and fulfilled and radiant and attractive when I'm in my feminine power, when I stay in myself and I speak from my heart and I connect in with my intuition. My intuition is an incredible gift in my business. And in the traditional business world, it's not so highly looked upon all the time. That it's one of the gifts of the feminine. So the way I work with women and what my passion is to come back to how do we be our fullest selves and really live and shine and create a complement between the masculinity and the femininity that we have that then creates amazing relationships as well as great business partnerships to step out and really be, because we have these great complementary natures when we honor each other to be who we are.
That's one of the things, I don't know if you know, Mary Kay Ash was told very early on when she was in the business world, oh, Mary Kay, you're thinking like a woman. And she actually has a book now called Thinking Like a Woman, how that was seen as bad.
Exactly.
And yet they did the 25 greatest business stories of all time, and she was the only woman cosmetic company featured. It was all men. Because there really is this idea that if you're a feminine woman, that's not powerful.
Absolutely.
To be powerful, you have to be masculine. So what are some of the challenges and obstacles that you think women, and particularly women business entrepreneurs, face when they're trying to, be a woman in a male-dominated world?
Yeah. There's a couple of different things that show up. And the first one is staying with our own authenticity and being ourselves. And that's a challenge. And we have to decide. One of the things that I looked at when I started looking at and going back to the women's movement, which was such a huge influence in my life, and I see it now in different, whether we're in our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, our 50s, we all got impacted on it in different ways from it.
Sure.
But when I look at that, there was a way in which we gained power and pay and independence and recognition. But what most of us traded off was friendship and joy and passion and romance. And so the challenges that we face are really about coming back to how do I be authentic in myself and let myself have needs and let myself be vulnerable. And in our vulnerability, our radiance can come through, our light can shine through. What we end up doing is putting on, and you may recognize this, let me know if you do, is that I've got it all together, I've got it figured out, I don't need anybody, I don't need anything, I don't need you, I can do it. And then we're exhausted, and we're frustrated, and we're overwhelmed.
Okay, I totally relate to that. I hope I'm not the only one out there. I'm like, she just described my life. We do. There is this sense of I've got to be this super woman who does everything
Right.
And I'm the best mom, the best wife, the best career woman, the best in my church, the best in my community, and I'm just absolutely. What are some specific things that you do to help women? We only have a couple seconds left,
Yeah.
but just a couple of quick things.
Absolutely. So I've got the workshops that we talked about. I do some group work. I do one-on-one work, and really want to come together with men and women to help them move through what are the blocks to reconnecting with that essence? What are the blocks to creating great relationships where we are honoring the masculine and feminine? Working with people in the areas of sexuality, in the areas of intimacy, in the areas of personal power, and authentic personal power, and really living in joy and love and passion. So those are the things that I can offer.
Well, you can check out more about Joanna and the work that she does at her website, and I encourage you to check out these weekends that we're just getting this incredible feedback on. So thank you so much for stopping by again today. I really appreciate you and just all that you're doing. And thank you for being here. We will see you next week, and if you haven't, go back and watch Joanna's other video. Have a great week.